GT7 is bad? No. Okay, so look. At the end of the day, here's what they did. And I kind of want to make a video on this because I feel like people are asking this question a lot. Here's what happened. Okay. They took 3 events that gave a very good payout that were quick to do, and they nerfed them by a third, right? That is literally the only thing that they did that was like a planned change. And then like they had the maintenance bug and they had the other issue, and everyone fucking lost their damn minds on the Gran Turismo front and went crazy. They responded, and obviously what they did was wrong. They were obviously trying to push people into buying credits if you don't have time to play. People like me would have, would be more enticed to purchase them because of how hard it is to grind out credits and get money. And that's exactly what they did, and it's wrong. They shouldn't have done it. If they had launched the game that way, everything would have been fine, no one would have complained, it just would have been a hard grind from the start, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that they went back into the game and revised the payouts to be 1/3 of what they were is absolutely asinine. So obviously they've, like, responded since then, right? And they have come back and said, hey, look, we understand, like, we're trying to do this for the longevity of the game, but we understand why you are outraged. We're not trying to push microtransactions on you. We're just letting you know that they're there, but that's also, like, just a facade. They definitely were trying to push microtransactions. Let's not kid. No one here is, trying to deny the fact that they definitely were trying to push microtransactions. Because at the end of the day, if it was truly for longevity, they could have done a couple things. But I'll get there because we're in the middle of their response, right? So they respond and give everyone 1,000,000 credits. Like, I got 1,000,000 credits for the server outage from the bad update that they had sent, and they didn't want people to play. I understand, but it also opened up a whole lot of cracks, like why the fuck is the single player stuff tied to online and not usable when your server is down? But anyways, they also responded by doubling the payout of what they had reduced, right? So if we do the math here, you got like 97k before, alright? And then they reduced it to about 1/3 of the payout, and it was about 35-ish thousand, so, roughly 1/3. And then they doubled it, so we get 2/3 of the payout that we were supposed to get, because they wanted to preserve the longevity of the game, and that makes no fucking sense. And here's why. The longevity of the game could have been preserved in a number of different ways. The first being, of course, the dynamic weather. Why only a few of the tracks have dynamic weather is fucking beyond me, and the fact that that's not how they're trying to improve the longevity of the game is fucking whack. You need to add things of importance. You don't need to fucking, take things away from people who want to get some money quick and don't have a bunch of time. That's really shitty, and you know exactly what you're doing. So instead, improve your game, expand the features that you have, because they don't touch everything. You could make lobbies for PS4 and PS5 play together, because there's no fucking reason why I can play a multiplayer lobby with someone on a PS5, but I can't play an online lobby with someone with a PS5. To me, that's just mind-blowing and makes absolutely zero sense. Other things that you could do to improve the game would be make diverse lobbies. So far, we've had the tuning ones and we've had BOPs, but we've never had both tuning and BOPs in the same week for dailies, you know what I'm saying? So maybe you could increase longevity of the game by creating 3 daily races for tuning and 3 daily races for balance of power. You would be able to get a wider audience, capture more people who want to play their style, and start to develop 2 really distinct and fun communities, and have people who will cross over between the 2 and actually preserve the longevity of your game. So, what I think of this, did the community overreact? Okay, yeah, a little bit, in my opinion, at least when I look at where I came from, which is Forza Horizon 5, right? We saw the launch of that game. At least on day 1 when I played this game, it fucking worked. I cannot say the same for Horizon 5. Alert okay is all I have to say to every single one of you, and you know what I'm saying if you played during the first 2 weeks before the hotfix of Forza Horizon 5. And it was just a horrific experience before and after the hotfix. It was even worse after the hotfix, and they left a filter problem that would cause street races to make the next events remain black with like a filter on top of them if, you know, you stayed in the lobby after a street event. So like, did they freak out? Yes. Was it warranted? Abso-fucking-lutely. Was what PD did right? Hell fucking no. You guys are assholes for trying to push microtransactions as a way to preserve the longevity of the game. Get the fuck out of here. You sold thousands of copies. Anywho, to, you know, like, everything I have said otherwise is like how you can actually preserve the life of your game and expand what, you know, you can give people instead of making it harder to get that $18 million car. And trying to, like, I don't mind the realistic pricing on, like, cars and shit like that. I think that's totally fine. An $18 million car to me makes sense, but you need to give me and leave me the options to have places to get that money in, like, a time that actually makes fucking sense. And the fact that you want to take shit away instead is fucking wild. So there you go. Does it deserve the Metacritic user score that it has? Absolutely not. The fact that it's like under 2 and Horizon is like a 6.5, fucking wild to me. And like, Horizon's getting better with updates, I will give them that. They have had a lot of really good updates recently, especially this last one. Like, I'm really excited to hop back in, you know what I mean? To the event lab and see if it's actually fucking fixed.
Apparently we get actual, like, asphalt things we can build with now.
But here's the thing, right? Nothing changed. That's all I will say about Gran Turismo. You have less payouts, you know, whatever. The server was down for a day. That's horrible, like, especially when they said it would be 2 hours. I get it, though. Why they did it makes sense to me. I think it was smart. I'd rather have a company that is accountable instead of literally presenting broken shit and winning awards for it. So, like, the community should remain this stringent because, like, this is an amazing experience compared to Forza Horizon 5, honestly. Like, in terms of, like, functionality of the fucking game. I'm not comparing the game's gameplay at all because I don't think they're even kind of close. One's a track racer trying to be a sim, it's this, and the other one's an open world racer that's definitely arcade trying to give you some sim mechanics for fun. But if the Gran Turismo community got what we got in the Forza Horizon community, that game would have been dead in the fucking water.
World would be on fire.
And it is dead in the fucking water. You know, like, even more dead in the fucking water, though. Like, they would have been absolutely fucking massacred across the first couple weeks. Because, like, if they massacred them over what happened here, and, like, I mean, it's totally warranted because it's super fucked up. I'm going to say that again because I think it's fucked up. They would have absolutely lost it with the state that Forza Horizon 5 was presented. And that's how I honestly feel. That is how I honest to God feel.